What's going on, guys? It's been a hot minute since I did a review, but I just saw the new Captain America movie, and I want to talk about it. I'm not going to spoil nothing. I'm just going to give you my honest thoughts. I'm going to get out the problems I had first. First of all, the green screen is ass. I don't know why y'all keep using this like interactive green screen thing y'all doing, but stop it, because it makes the backgrounds look cheap, and y'all put it in places where you don't really need it. You could have just shot on location for those. I don't know why y'all keep insisting on using that, but it's not a good look. It doesn't work. Second of all, my personal gripe. I know Sam is a different Captain America. I do not like the fact that Sam works with the U.S. government. It feels very unable to read the room kind of energy, especially for like the only black Captain America. It just feels very weird, and the timing is also tone deaf. Same thing with the introduction of Sabra, or the Israeli agent. Like, what are y'all trying to do? I understand that she's supposed to be important to the story, but she's really not. Also, side note, she's like 4'10" at best, 5 foot at least. Like, none of the stuff she did in that movie-wise even seemed to look believable, right? So I don't know what y'all doing with that, but that was also just like tone deaf as hell. Y'all need to figure that out. Besides that, I actually thought it was okay. This wasn't like amazing, but it's pretty good. I think if you know the Marvel lore, having, and this isn't a spoiler because like the internet exists, like the leader being the movie and his reasons for why he wants Ross to go the way it goes makes complete sense. All of it made sense for that. I also think the action scenes, especially the fight in the sea, like, was pretty good. The CG in that, with those fights, were great. It was the last act, which is always a problem with these Marvel movies, for some reason. And this goes back to phase one. The last act is always either like too short, too unbelievable, or green screen to all hell. Like, I don't know why y'all keep doing that. Like, figure that out, because this, as much as the internet wants to hate this movie, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't a terrible movie. It was pretty good. I loved how they made Sam his own Captain America. I like his relationship with Joaquin, the new Falcon. I loved Isaiah's parts. Those parts like hit me in the chest. I even liked what Harrison Ford did with Ross, and with him trying not to fall back in old habits. I don't feel like the fighting scenes were done badly. I don't feel like the story was unsalvageable. I do think there was a lot of stuff that they left out of the movie that they could have added in, or like kept in the story that wasn't there, that I think should have been there. Overall, it was mostly a cohesive story and script. What I didn't like, and this is not a spoiler because everybody knows Red Hulk's in the movie, Sam is human. Sam is peak human, right? He's fighting Red Hulk. I know he gets hurt, but brethren, some of those fights, like, he should have been a lot more messed up at the end of that, right? I don't like the way that they keep, like, kind of making Sam this, like, speech, like, kind of like soft-touch Captain America. I understand that's also how, like, Steve was, and I understand they're giving Sam his own thing, but I think there's some times where Sam needs to be a little bit more assertive with his decision-making, right? Because he is taking on the mantle, and he is representing a lot of things. I do like how everybody's embraced him overall for Captain America, it seems like, in the movie, but he also was kind of iffy on that little retread about, like, struggling with the mantle. I know it's always going to be a thing, like, am I good enough? And I understand that. But favorite Marvel movie? Not by far. Is it the worst? Not by a long shot. That distinction goes to Love and Thunder, and I don't care what you say about it. That is the worst Marvel movie, hands down. I think that this movie overall is a good time. I pay to see this again? Probably not, but I wouldn't. But if it came on Disney Plus, I wouldn't pass up on it. You know what I mean? I don't think it deserves all the hate it's getting. I think a lot of it is just people are dunking on Marvel, kind of like everybody's been dunking on Drake. You know what I'm saying? It's more popular to hate things now. Shout out to Kendrick. But no, I'd say out of 5, like 3.5. 3.5. It's definitely better than Ant-Man, and it's way better way better than anything that came out in 2023. All right, so like, don't hate just for hate's sake. Like, watch it for yourself. It's a good popcorn movie. Also, quick side note, I forgot to mention this. Thank God somebody at Marvel or whoever's writing decided to actually check what's been going on in the universe for the last 3.5, 4 years. Because I was so tired of having these things happen and then nobody mentioned it ever again. It's been, 4 years since the Eternals happened? Like, Incredible Hulk was 16 years ago? Like, no one touched on this at all, and now you want to bring it back. I appreciate it, but are y'all talking to each other?